What's up, everybody? How's it going? How we doing? It's Timmy O'Toole here. We're going to do a hopefully quick tutorial video on how to mod a Dreamcast. So this is the Dreamcast controller board. We're going to be changing this battery. We're also going to be adding these LED lights to the controllers ports. So unfortunately I didn't get this on camera, but there's 4 metal tabs that come out of here for the controller ports. So after you remove this board, which I also didn't make a video of, great. Basically what I did was I took a pick and put it underneath here and pried these pieces of metal up and then cut them off with a pair of side cutters. Alright, the other things you're going to need for this is a wire stripper to strip these wires because we have to cut these to length. I literally got these off of Amazon. They're just 5 volt LEDs, and they actually do have a capacitor in here. These are red, so we're going to see how the color turns out with the orange. And then we may change this one, this LED light that's for the Dreamcast over to the other one. This also requires a soldering iron because we'll be connecting to these pins over here to pull the power and the ground. Now the one diagram that I found on the internet, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this video, is the one diagram that I found that's on the internet. There's only one diagram that I found to do this. So the, let's see if I can hold this up close. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Pretty close. All right, so where it comes through on the board is right here. So you see this. Let's see if I can get this to actually work. Come on. Hello. Okay, so you see this cluster of 5 dots here. Okay, so this is for all the controllers. So it comes through and comes through here. So these 4 spots in theory should be the same. So the one, if the ports are facing away from you, okay, the one on the top left is the 5 volt, okay? So the one in the middle bottom of the 5, which is right here, I'll try to get a better shot of that. It's blurry, sorry guys. Okay, so this one on the top left is the 5 volt. This one in the middle, that's better. This one right here in the top left is the 5 volt. I'm sorry, it's blurry. This one down here in the middle, right there, is the ground. Of course, now you can see it better over there. So, alright. So, other things I'm going to use, soldering iron, obviously. We're going to change the battery. Now, I'm not using, some people have battery holders. They make a battery holder that's specific to this. This has 3 pins. One is positive and one is negative. Now, they use 2 for the positive, but we're just going to use 1. Basically, this is a 2032 pin that I got off of Amazon. And we have 2 of these to do, so hopefully I can fly through this and I'll show you both of them. But I just folded this contact. I'm not going to fold it again because it'll break, but I'll show you on the next one. Because this is how they come, like this. Actually, I can show you right now. Actually, let's try this one and see how it goes. Because we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants, which is how I usually do most things, as anyone that knows me would know. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the battery mod first, and then we're going to work on the LED mod. So I'm applying some flux to these 3 points on the battery. Okay. I'm also going to use a hot glue gun because what we're going to do is we're going to flip these around, and we're basically going to put the light over that. When you turn that on, that allows the light to shine through here. I've done this on a GameCube. That was actually pretty good. Trying not to turn my fan on because it's super noisy. Alright, so what we're going to try to do is loosen the negative first, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some pressure to this. And once I get it hot enough, it just, there, it'll come right out and flip. Now, we're going to go the other way. So we're just going to basically do one at a time. Hopefully you guys can see this. So I'm just going to put some pressure on this one dot, and once it gets hot enough, once I get the correct pressure on it, there we go. And 3. There you go. Now my soldering iron is kicked up to way too stupid hot. But that's because I solder all kinds of things. Okay, now this is going to be the tricky part. Okay, so the positive tab is a little short and the negative tab is a little long. So we're going to do the negative tab first. So the negative tab is the one that has, I need to be down a little further. There you go. Hopefully the camera figures itself out. Let's see. Sorry about the camera. I don't have my good camera hooked up. Impromptu, hey, I need to do this, and hey, I'd like to create a video so other people know. So, alright. So this is the positive. It says on the battery. Positive. And the negative. So we're going to take the negative pin and we're going to shunt it into this. Okay. So the hole's here. Okay. So we're going to take the negative pin. And basically what we're doing is, see this, we're going to use these two holes. It doesn't matter which one, you just have to decide now. But actually I'm probably going to do this one, because then the battery will sit like this. Okay, so double check and make sure you got the negative post. Actually, I think since we got it to sit, I'm going to put both of them in. Nope, just the one. Okay. Alright. There we go. So once I hit it, there's still solder in there. Once I hit it with that, it literally like showed up and was like, hello. I just gotta get the negative in. I think it's already in. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yeah, it's already in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to tip it over a little bit, and it's just going to sit on there. Okay. Now, we need more flux. It's dirty there, and it'd be nice if you guys could actually see it. That'd be helpful. Up. Come on. Suck camera. Alright, so we're going to put some flux on here because we need that clean. And some on here because we need that clean. So basically the flux just cleans the soldering part. Now I think, the negative's already kind of pushed in there, but okay. I want to get that negative in further, or the positive, I'm sorry. Positive is on the side with the 2 and the negative is on that side with the 1. There's my solder. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat this back up. And I'm just going to see if I can get that to push through a little bit more. There we go. See how you can see it? Just barely right there. Now we're going to fill this. Add some solder. There we go, until it's got a nice blob on it. Wait a second, it's going to cool. And then we're going to fold it back so the other one pokes out. Hopefully nothing's in the way when it, but this is why we test it. Alright, so that should be good. So we're going to add some heat to this and add some solder. blob on there. Alright. Good. Alright. Now we're going to take some isopropyl alcohol. We're just going to clean that off. There we go. Alright. So, as you can see, that pin is in there. Yeah, the pin is in there. Now, it sits off to the side a little bit, but this is pretty much in the housing. And the other one sat up this far, so we should be good on clearance. Alright, so that's one. Now, on to the fun part. Okay, so the first thing we need to know is we know that if with this facing away from us, that this is the positive and this is the ground. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is figure out the length we need. So what my plan was, and actually I don't know how well that's going to work now that I think about it. Let's see. The one front faceplate came out. Where is it? It's sitting around here somewhere. Oh no, they're both in there. Alright, so take a look at this. Put you back up a little bit. Okay, so I just want to double check one thing. So this is the Dreamcast. And when we put the ports in here, I want to see how far they stick in. Okay. So this is what you have to take apart when you have to take it apart. More like to there. So there's 4 screws that come out in this ribbon cable. Be careful when you take this ribbon cable out. Lightly on both sides, just pull it out. It presses back in. And there's this other cable that's to the power. And when you take any of these out, you have to be especially careful because this machine's old. So what I usually do is put my finger on the port so it doesn't wiggle and it stays, and slowly wiggle this cable out. It's best if you grab a hold of the cable, but sometimes it's not, so then I grab a hold of the wires and then just try to slowly wiggle it out. So when I'm looking at this and it's screwed back in, if we take a look at this and we set this here, because what we're going to do is we're going to end up hot gluing the lights onto this. Some people are against that, whatever. If I'm going to mod a console, then it's whatever. So this looks like it'll be a good distance. The GameCube that I modded, I had it pointed more into that, but I think we're going to, actually, you know what, we might have. Let's try something. If we bend this, let me put this light in here, because that gives us a more direct down beam. Like that. We'll see. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to go with just the flat mount and a flat mount it, and then we'll see how that goes. But now we know we can go all the way to the end of this. We can go all the way to the end of this port because it fits like that. Alright, so we're going to pull this back out. I know, come on. You can do it. Basically, you have to tilt it up and pull it out. Alright, so now that we got that figured out, let's do this thing. Alright, so we have to put this in here. So we're basically going to hold it against there. Okay. And flip this around. Okay. Okay, so the end of this is going to have to be, this is just a heat flex tubing, so There might be a little bit of the wire in there, but we'll just curve it around a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna back up here. This way. Sorry about the crooked. Alright. So we're gonna hold this light here. Spin this around there. Okay. Now, we're going to cut us a little extra. It doesn't matter if this hangs out back. This one's going to go in and the other one's going to go back. So right about there. Okay. We're fairly confident in that. Plus we have more, I have more of these LEDs, so if we mess it up, then we can go from there. Alright. So now we need 4. So 3 more. Alright, we're just going to line all these bad boys up. Alright. Okay, it's just got to be approximate. Like I said, we're going to basically put it down and hot glue it down if it works out correctly. Alright, so then we have to strip all these wires. I'd like them to stay together, but some of them will and some of them won't because they were stripped back further. That's okay. Alright. So now for this, I literally need, like, you don't want hardly anything sticking out because you don't want the power to bump in the negative or anything to get in anything else's way. And all we got to do is throw a dab of heat on there and solder it. Okay, 2 wire strippers. If you're gonna do stuff like this, highly recommended. This is a pretty cheap pair. I like it. They make more expensive pairs, but I like these because I usually grab a hold of it and work pretty well for me. There we go. 3 and 4. All right. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put it back the way it was. Now, in our diagram, we have, of course, 1 sec. All right. So, likes it. Okay. So, again, our top left and our first row top left, second row middle. Okay. So, okay, we're going to put the wire over there and we're just going to let the solder that was already there do its job. We're going to put it on the left side of the pin. There we go. Okay. Alright, we should be good. I'm a little nervous about, what is that other port? Oh, it's a data pin. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're going to undo that, and we're going to put it on the left side to the outside. Come on. Alright. That way we can move it away from the other one, because we don't want to blow the fuse or anything crazy. Okay. Hold that. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of solder to my soldering iron. I'm just going to set it on there for a second. Oof. Okay, this is why flux is always important. There we go. Alright, that should be good. Okay, now what we're going to do, I want that wire out of the way because I'm worried that now it's attached to that, which I don't think it is. Nope, it's not. Okay. Nope. Alright. If we flip it over, we got enough room. We can put it on there like that. So now we just need to repeat the process on the other 4 pins. Hopefully I'll get better at this. First time you do one of these mods, it's always a deal. Flux to both of these, and both of these. Okay. Now, okay, positive. It's out of the way. Spin our negative around into position without burning our finger. Always a key goal. I know. Come on. I want you to. Alright, one sec. Straighten this wire out. There we go. I think that's the hardest part about any of these mods, is making sure your wires don't get crossed. There we go. We're just going to tap it. Good. Alright, it's stuck down. Great. Next. Alright. Positive. Good. around so it's straight. Negative. The reason you hear me blowing is I'm blowing on it, so when it's sitting down it cools enough so the solder solidifies. Alright, last one. Power. Safely away. Okay, I'm gonna pull this wire out a little bit. Hopefully you guys can still see this. Alright. Our wire where we want it. Down, and you have to make sure that you're not pushing the wire with the soldering iron, otherwise when you let go it'll come up. Heat. Cool. And it's connected. Alright. So now I think what we're going to do for you guys, just for the sake of this video not being like 50 million miles long. Sorry, that was probably super loud. What we're going to do is we're going to flip these. Okay. See if I can get some more length out of that one. That's good. Okay. This might be a little tricky. So the thing about this is that once you kind of do it, and if I wasn't doing this kind of impromptu, I would have checked what it connects to, because this other one, this is where the ribbon cable goes, so it's going to sit, the ribbon cable is going to sit right there. So that one will be a little bit tricky when we get it over there, so I might have used a little bit longer of a lead on that one. So flip this one, flip this one. Go. So that one goes there. This one's going to go up here just fine. And this one's going to go here. Great. But I did get short on my lengths, but I left myself a little length. So, so basically what we're going to do now is we're going to plug it into the Dreamcast. How full is it? Alright. Let's put that board down here. Go. Plug that in. Ribbon cable back in. Basically, once you push it in and you wiggle it left and right, it'll automatically slide in. So now here's what we got for clearance for that. Actually, it didn't turn out too bad at all. So basically what would happen is, this actually should be good. So we're going to plug it in and see if it lights up. If not, we'll troubleshoot it. This will be a different video. Otherwise, then I think what we'll do, since we're 3/4 of the way there, is I got the hot glue gun fired up. We'll show you the last step, and then I'll probably make a cut and we'll show you it put together. So one sec while I grab a power cord. Actually, I got one right here. Alright, cross your fingers. Ooh, where's the power button? Hits. Left side. Alright. Look at that. like that. It's a little bit redder than the other color. The nice part is now, I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, because I can tilt you, I think. Yeah. Is now we can really fine tune, oops, where that light is inside the thing. And it really matters. Like, when you get it right, it lights up the whole thing. Here, let's do this. Turn off some of these lights. There, that'll help. To reach around. I don't know, we'll show you it when it's done. But, yeah. So that's cool. So we're going to turn this off and unplug it. Oh, geez. Now, please note, Dreamcast power supplies. That's open. And I just unplugged it, so there's still power in it. So if you hit your finger on one of those wrong capacitors or this coil over here, it's no bueno. It stores enough electricity that it's not pleasant. Trust me. Alright, so we got this in, we're good. Okay, so, oh, I wanted to show you how I folded that battery over. Actually, I kind of like this back this way, but it's fine. Here we go. Alright, so this is a 2032 battery. You can literally find them on Amazon. They'll work fine. And what I did, because this, we're just going to do the one. I think I'm going to do the other one in a few minutes. Otherwise, I'll make another video of it and see if it turns out better. But actually, I think we did fairly well. So, the positive, what I did was I literally just took it and bent it back. There's the two spots that they used to weld that. So I bent this flat. So this got as flat as it could. And then I flipped this up. Now I'm going to flip this one out a little bit, because I know that last one had to go out a little bit. Now, this other tab, I just bent it over and flipped it down. Actually, I could make it a hair shorter, but it's about the same size. That length was actually pretty good. So that's how I did that. So, now that we got this far, oh, we were going to plug it in and check the light. I know. Okay, so do you see how these, whoops, back to here. In these LED lights, there's a flat spot. I know it's hard to see, but we just need to put the flat spot flat with the metal. So when it projects the light correctly. So we're going to give this a little twist right here. So this is where the resistor is. You can tell because there's a bump in here. And then we just want it to go there. So I think what we're going to do, actually no, because I want to take it apart. We're going to put the hot glue on this piece of wire and hot glue it to the metal. So that if we ever want to change this or whatever, we can just pull this board out. If we need to work on the board, we don't have it hot glued to this piece, because that would be horrible. So we're going to hold it and then we're going to hot glue it. So before we do that, we're going to this one's going to be a little rough. But like I said, our main goal is to make sure these lights get straight. And now, okay, we're going to put it right over there. Should be good. I know I need to bend that one right about there. That should be good. And, sorry guys, I'll get good at this one day, I swear. I'm gonna bend this one a little bit. I just want them to be flat, so when I put them over here, and there's like a shelf here on the light, and I'm gonna set it on this metal piece on mine that's sitting there. So we're just gonna basically glue those down and see where we end up. All right. As I like to say, it's arts and crafts time. All right. So I'm gonna put this here. Put you guys right here. Seems to be okay. Okay. So hold the light down where I want it. Right about there. And I literally just want to dab. I'm just going to keep pushing on it until it goes over, and then I'm going to wipe it this way. And I'm going to put some more on the side. Okay, so basically what I did was I just put the hot glue over the... Clean up the strings in a minute. Put the hot glue over the cable. This might take a minute because this hot glue's got to set up. Okay. Good. All right, one down. Okay, this one's going to be a little more jank, but I think we should be okay. It's close. All right. So, drape the glue over the side this side until it hits the metal. Pull it over to this side. And done. Go. Don't be impatient with the hot glue, Captain. Also, don't burn yourself at the end of the hot glue gun. That hurts too. Yes, I basically wrecked myself with every kind of thing imaginable. Alright. There we go. This camera, if it's in the exact right spot, it's nice and clear. If it's not, then yeah, I'm gonna have to edit this video. It's already 38 minutes long. Not too bad for a mod. Horrible for a mod video. It's okay. Come on. I know, you're so close. I just need you to turn a little bit more. There. Stay there. Ooh, that was close. Ooh. I don't know. There we go. Come on, sit. Nice and solid. That one's a little sketchy because the hot glue over here is not. So we're going to add another drop to the end of that. reinforcement. Alright. Good deal. Alright. Alright, guys. So. Oops. That's way too close. Turn the light off. What's that light? Turn the light off. There we go. Alright. What do you think? It's hard to tell with the colors with the light out, but the this color, the original orange, it's not red, it's orange, and the LED lights, the funny part is these LED lights turned out kinda orange, so it's great. Alright guys, I hope that tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, and I'll get to them and answer them, as well as I might take some more pictures and post it somewhere, so as far as the diagram. But yeah, it worked out great. Alright guys, till next time.